And here we go. Another Indian film in the theater experience. And alone again, naturally. D-E. Okay. Hey everyone, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cine-MANIAC, back with a very special 10-ish minute review. That's right, I am in the movie theater, not that you can see it. Here, wait a minute, let me just show you. Okay. That's right, I am alone again. So this is a special film because I've been watching a lot of Malayalam films, and I haven't seen an Aamir Khan film in a very long time, and this is a new one that just came out. Taare Zameen Par 2, the sequel to a film I absolutely loved. So I am cautiously optimistic that this is going to be good. I tried to come here on Wednesday night, and it was sold out. So I'm here on Sunday, and I'll get this out this evening once I get back to home base. So fingers crossed, because as you guys know, Aamir Khan is my favorite Indian actor, and I've been looking forward to a new film for a while. So fingers crossed that this is going to do it. We'll see what happens, and hopefully there'll be some other people here. If not, it's just my lonesome. All right, so we'll talk to you soon with an out of the theater 10-ish minute review, and on to the movie.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, here I am out of the theater with my out of the theater review of the film that I just watched. And let me just say this before I begin. Today's Sunday. I meant to see this last Wednesday, but when I went to get tickets, it was sold out. That's right. This film was sold out. And then today, when I originally bought the ticket, I was the only one in the theater. And before the movie started, I was the only one in the theater. Well, it ended up with about 25 people. So we had a little audience for this one. So that was very exciting. So, of course, the film is Sitaarre Zameen Par, which is Superstars on Earth, the sequel to Taare Zameen Par, which I absolutely love and is in my top 5 films of all the Indian films that I've watched. It's directed by R.S. Prasana. It stars, now, some of you who are new to the channel, you may or may not know, but Aamir Khan is my favorite actor out of all the actors I've seen in all the films over the last few years. He's been my favorite, and after RRR, he's the one that really sent me on this journey. Never heard of him. I saw him in Three Idiots and was completely blown away by him. Now I think I've seen, there was a list of the top 25 films of Aamir Khan, and I think I've seen 18 of them. So I'm a huge fan of his, and it's been a long time since he did a movie. Taare Zameen Par, PK, Three Idiots. Also in it, Genelia Deshmukh, who was in Force and Force 2, Arash Dada, Dolly Ahluwalia, who played his mother, who I've seen in Haider, Bang Milka Bang, and Rockstar. Gurpal Singh, who was in Special 26, Skyforce, Kathal, a Jackfruit Mystery, and so this isn't going to, I do these out of the theater reviews a little differently than I do the normal 10-ish minute reviews. So this movie's been out for 2 weeks, I think, in the States. I don't know how long it's been out where you are. So there's going to be spoilers on this. Not that you can really spoil this movie because it's a remake of a bunch of other films. In fact, the original was 2018's Campeons, which is a Spanish film. 2020, then in 2021, it was remade as an Arabic film called Champions. And then Hollywood did it in 2023 with Champions starring Woody Harrelson. I have seen none of those. It's a story about intellectually disadvantaged. Is that the way they describe them? Kids who are on a basketball team that Aamir Khan is coaching. And the kids who are all intellectually challenged all have autism, Down syndrome, um, were um, they were all legit, no actors playing roles, and they were all pretty incredible. I have to tell you. So he also, Mr. Perfectionist, spent a year with the kids to teach them basketball at his own expense. Now, he directed Taare Zameen Par. He did not direct this film. He was also 60. Now, they never said he was 60, and I think they want to play him younger than 60. And he's starting to look his age. I'm 61. But he's starting to, which isn't a bad thing, right? You're 60. Um, that's how old he was when he filmed this. So the story is about an assistant coach of a New Delhi or a Delhi basketball team. And in the opening scene, now this is something that I really like. First of all, the music was fantastic. No musical numbers like in the first film, which, by the way, Bum Bum Bola is one of my favorite musical numbers of all the Indian films. Love it. Play it all the time. That and Zubi Dooby and the RRR Natu Natu, of course. Um, so he's a great basketball coach, but a bad person. And he gets fired from his assistant coach's job. So then he drinks, gets caught drunk driving, and has to do community service. And the community service is he has to go to this school and coach a basketball team of intellectually challenged students. And the film is about his journey and teaching them basketball while they teach him about life. There's also a wife in it that he's separated from. Why? 'Cause she wants to have kids. He doesn't because his father abandoned him at 8 years old. Um, that's the story. And it's not an original story. Even as a remake, it's not an original story. And let me tell you about this film. It is predictable. Every beat of it is predictable. They pull on your heartstrings. Um, and I loved it. I loved it. I I will say this: the only thing, and if you haven't seen it, it will be a spoiler. But I'm going to just tell you, the last scene of the big game went much differently than I thought it would go. But the beauty of it is the message it sends at the end of the movie. I will also say this: I loved Taare Zameen Par, and I was bawling my eyes out at the end of the film because of the pain and punishment that the little boy in that film goes through. That at the end, when he looks at his painting with his face, which is just absolutely beautiful scene, I just lost it. This film was not like that. It was emotional, but not. I will tell. It's a very funny film from start to finish. Very funny. And we were laughing out loud at a lot of the scenes. And he's great in the comedy scenes. And the other thing I'll tell you about Aamir Khan's character, Gul, let me get the name right here. It's Gulshan. He's not a very likable character almost the entire film. He's not. In the fact that you like him and are happy with his redemption, and it is redemption at the end of the film, is a testament to him. And the film is carried by him. It just is. A lot of these Bollywood films, the lead has this big entrance, right? Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Ajay Devgan. They always have these big theatrical entrances. This film starts off with a very happy whistling song, and his character, the coach, just is getting out of her car. That's his big entrance. And he meets one of the kids. He doesn't know it at the time, but he's a kid parking cars. He always wears a helmet. And he's very funny in this film. Very funny. All the kids were funny. Gulu, the girl who kicks everyone in the balls on the basketball court, is hilarious. But he is, and I know I'm biased, and you guys tell me that. Oh wait, let me kill the light back there because I know it annoys Cooley Singh, and he's going through a lot. I don't need to aggravate him with that thing. He's just he's one of these actors that you just can't take your eyes off him because he's always doing something. But in this film, as funny as he was almost a straight man to the kids. So it works really, really well. And he's also got a relationship with his mother that is hilarious. And there's a very funny scene in when they have to go to Mumbai for the finals and they're staying at a hotel. His father left him when he was 8. So the mother was going on some trip. She's going to be away for a few days. Well, she ends up at this same hotel as him with who he thinks is a cook or something, and it's her boyfriend. Very funny scene in the hotel room. And then the kids come in and keep calling him his father. And he's not my father. He's not my father. Hilarious. So also through the course of the film, he's getting back with his wife, and that's cute the way that goes. And obviously, why I say it's predictable. You know what the arc's going to be, right? You already know it. In fact, there's one kid. His name is Kareem. Every shot he takes, you know what they call it the granny shot, where you go like this, right? He does that, except he does it backwards. So if the basketball net is back there, he goes like this, right? So he does that several times. So and I knew this as soon as he did it a few times. That's going to be the last shot of the big game. You just know it. And sure enough, it was. But it doesn't end up the way you think it's going to end up. It actually ends up better, I think. So as far as that goes, very, very predictable. But it was so much fun. It was so heartfelt, and it really does have a message, a big message. And this is typical Khan, like he did with Taare Zameen Par about dyslexia, about the way these kids or anybody dealing with Down syndrome, autism, is dealt with by people. And when I read the reviews afterwards, um, they're saying it's actually a lot worse in India. Now I don't know if it is or not, but that's what they were saying. And the other thing I loved about it, they never tried to garner sympathy for the kids, which they could have easily done. They didn't do that. These were these were characters. They gave them each backgrounds. They were strong. They look ultimately the movie's about not how he changed them, but how they changed him. And the last scene in the movie where he's leaving because he gets hired as the Delhi head coach, and he wants to leave without saying goodbye, and then he realizes he has to say goodbye, and then there's this beautiful scene at the end where they're all hugging him and kissing him. Very funny though. It's just a very funny film, but it had I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Hoosiers, which is a one of my favorite sport films of all time. And there's a kid in it named Jimmy Chitwood who's got like 5 lines in the whole movie, but he almost steals the movie. And there's a character in here named Harvard Gone, something like that. Big kid, right out of Hoosiers. And so I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I also love the fact that someone makes a reference. I love when I get these references because I've seen so many of these films. Um, like Ghoulie, the only female on the team, says to Aamir Khan, "You're no Salman Khan." I know who you're talking about. The other thing they do is they make fun of Aamir Khan's height the whole movie. They call him Shorty. He says he's 5'8". That's not short. The mother says you're 5'6". You're not 5'8". But that's a thread throughout the whole movie, and it's very funny. So he's mocking himself, self-deprecating humor. I love that. Um, so great, loved it. Great family movie too. There were a lot of kids in the theater that I went to. The other thing I would tell you is the music's great. No big musical numbers. but the background music is really upbeat. There's one song they play a lot with is whistling, very happy. Um, and there's also a bit of a Caribbean kind of vibe, like almost reggae throughout the film. It's excellent. It was really really enjoyable. Um, so if I was going to rate this, I would definitely give it a 4. So that's my final verdict on this movie. It was a 4. It was really good. And again, you got to understand it's predictable. Almost every beat of it is predictable, and it's not a new kind of film. This movie's been made 500 times. You've seen it before, but you know, like I said, his performance and the girl, the woman who played his wife was good, but she wasn't really like utilized. I thought another great person in this was the guy who ran the school, who was kind of steering Khan's character in the right direction. He was very good in this. But it was Khan and his interaction with the kids that really made this film what it is. And I would definitely recommend you go see this film. Just a good a feel good film. Again, Taare Zameen Par is my top 5 Indian films. It's not up there with that. The emotions of this film is very different than that film. That was a first hour of that film is really hard to watch. That's why the payoff emotionally is so big in the second half of the film. This wasn't like that. This was just a fun, had an important message to say. Great performance by Khan, great performance by the non-actors who were really, really good in this. So I got to tell you, I was really happy I saw it, and I wish Mr. Perfectionist would do more films because I love watching his films. He's just, okay, you guys want to talk about Mohanlal, who I really like, and I love Fa too, but there's something about Aamir Khan that just, I don't know, maybe because it was the first actor I really knew in this whole thing, but I loved it. So I'm so happy I got to see it with an audience too. So that's it. That's my review. Go see it if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Some of you have already wrote, El Koshi wrote something about it that, it was predictable, but Khan gives a great performance. And that's fair. But I loved the movie. I walked out with a smile on my face. So I was really happy with it. So that's it. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and please share because I'm trying to build the Indian Cine-MANIAC community out there. And with your help, I think we can do that. Okay? So we'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with either a 10-ish minute review or a 10-ish minute trailer review. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.